What's up, everybody? So if I ever run into a bird like this in my lifetime, I'm sure I will never have a good night of sleep ever again. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about everything that you need to know for D4.1 natural selection. Before we dive right in, remember to go check out TeachMe.org if you have not yet. Go get yourself a Big Brain membership to get access to the most beautiful notes ever and tons of IB style questions. We even have mock exams now, so go check that out, do yourself a favor and get a membership. Now, let's just get started. What exactly is natural selection? Natural selection is a mechanism that a guy called Charles Darwin came up with. And this mechanism explains why or how evolution happens. So what exactly is evolution? To strictly define evolution, you need to memorize this line. It's a very specific definition, and we'll break it down now slowly so you'll really understand it. Evolution is the change in heritable characteristics in a population over time. So we're going to use the example of a giraffe to explain evolution, but this concept that I'm going to explain applies to many other organisms with many other characteristics. Okay, we're going to focus on the neck length of a giraffe when we explain this example, but this concept applies to many other circumstances, okay? Many. So we know a long time ago giraffes had very short necks like this. Don't you agree with me though? This guy's eyes looks like he's looking at your soul. It looks like a demon. Anyways, so a long time ago they had short necks like this. Many millions and thousands of years ago. Now with time, so many thousand years later, so many generations later of offspring, they noticed that the average giraffe neck was longer than before. Okay, so 1,000 or so years later, the average giraffe's neck was longer. And now with the passage of even more time, so thousands or millions of years later after that, they noticed again the average giraffe's length now is even longer than before. This right here is evolution. So to go back to this definition, evolution is the change in heritable characteristics. That's important because this characteristic must be genetic. So we're talking about now about the heritable characteristic, the genetic characteristic of neck length, because this giraffe's genetics will determine how long its neck is. It can't do anything about it. Its genetics will determine it. So it's a change in the genetic characteristic. In this case, we're talking about neck length of a giraffe in a population. Population is just a group of the same species. So a group of giraffes over time. And by time, I mean a very long time. It does not happen overnight. It takes thousands of years, many generations, okay, for this effect to be clear. So to be clear, this is not evolution. This right here is Zac Efron when he was very young, and this was him when he was an adult. We can see here, although it looks like he evolved, because here he's very skinny and here he's huge and jacked, this is not evolution. This is an acquired trait, a trait that someone develops in their lifetime. He gymmed and ate a lot of food, and throughout his lifetime, he got bigger and more muscular. Remember, evolution is not for acquired traits. It's genetic traits, so traits that are passed on from generation to generation over a very freaking long time, affecting the whole population. So now, by average, all giraffes have longer necks, not just one individual like we talked about in the Zac Efron example, okay? So that's very important. Evolution is not for acquired traits that happen in one lifetime. It is for heritable traits that happen to a whole population as a whole over a very long time, okay? Don't confuse those two things here. Okay, so natural selection, we said, is the mechanism that helps to explain why exactly this happens to begin with. And there are 5 big steps that we're going to focus on in this video. The first step in natural selection is going to be overproduction of offspring. For access to our full-length premium videos and so much more, head over to teachme.org now.